guys, so we're gonna be getting this look. It's a little bit dramatic, but not too dramatic. Like, I would call this a daytime smoky eye. This is what I wore on my trip. This was like my go-to look. So if you want to know how I got this look, then please continue watching. I did use the Lorac Pro palette for all of the eyeshadows that you will see. So just letting you guys know. You'll be seeing me use Espresso for eyeliner, Mauve for the crease and transition shade, Sable in the crease, on the outer crease, Taupe on the inner crease, cream all over the lid, like as like a base thing, and then white as my highlight color, nude on the inner corner, and the eyeliner under on the bottom lash line, and then champagne on the lid. And that is all the colors that I used. Quite a bit, basically used the whole top row, except for 2 shades, so did pretty good. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the look. Here it is. I will quit blabbering. It is going to be a voiceover tutorial, so I hope you guys enjoy it, and here it is. Alright, you guys, so first, of course, you start off with primer. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. There's a fan going on because it's hot. I'm using Lorac Behind the Scenes primer, just getting it all over my lid and even below my lid. This, of course, just helps your makeup stay on and stay put. The Lorac Behind the Scenes primer did come with the Lorac Pro palette. This Flower Beauty brush I'm going to go ahead and use for this cream shade, and I'm just going to apply this cream shade all over the lid. This kind of helps even out the skin tone. Also, I find that when I have a primer, it's hard to really blend out shadows with a primer on. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but it's definitely a problem I have. So I always like to put down a base eyeshadow or some kind of base that I can work with. So of course I'm putting it on the other eye as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and use another Flower Beauty brush. I'm going to go into the shade Mauve, which I will show you. And I love this shade. It is probably my favorite shade in the whole palette, but I feel like that changes a lot what my favorite shade is. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put that in my crease, above my crease even. This is going to act as my transition shade. It's just a really nice shade. I really like it. And I don't know, it adds a little bit of a sultry vibe to the look in general, which who doesn't like a sultry look? And I find this shadow to be very easy to work with. So yeah, okay. And this brush works really good if you need, like, if you want to use it. I really like to use this brush for transition colors a lot in the crease. It's just a really nice brush. Very fluffy. Okay, next we have a Jessup brush, and we're going to go in with the shade Taupe. This is going to go on my inner crease, and you will see that I kind of squint my eye so that I can really get it in there. This just adds a little bit of dimension to the look. I don't know. I think it looks good. It kind of reminds me of strawberry and chocolate ice cream for some reason. I don't know if anybody else has that feeling, but that's what it reminds me of. So after I do that, then I'm going to go in with my fake MAC brush that I love so dearly. And I'm just going to go in with the shade Sable, and it's just going to go on the outer corner. Now, one of my eyes waters all the time when I use this palette. Mostly it usually just waters with like matte shades in general, so I don't know why that is, but it's kind of a common thing. But you'll notice that that makes one eye a little bit darker than the other eye. But if your eyes don't water, then you won't have that problem. If they do water, then like you just follow what I do, and it turned out okay. Like, I really like how this looks. It really makes my eyes pop. But yeah, I'm just putting that on the outer corner of the crease and the outer corner of the eye, and that's the eye that I kind of, it gets wet, so it gets really dark. Next, I'm going in with the e.l.f. brush, and I am getting it wet, and I'm going to take the shade Champagne, and I'm just going to apply this to the lid and kind of to the outer corner of the eye look, as you can see. This shade just kind of brings light into the eyes, and if you have blue eyes or green eyes, I think that this shade will look really, really pretty up against them. Really any color eyes though, honestly, but I have blue eyes, so I can talk from the blue eye experience. You know what I mean? Hopefully you get me. So now, after I apply this shade, I'm going to go ahead and apply Nude. And I'm using the Urban Decay dual-ended brush that came with the electric palette, and I'm using the kind of liner smudge side. And I'm just putting this on the inner corner of the eye, as well as lining the lower inner corner with this color. This color is another one that just brings light into the eyes. It just looks really, really stunning, and it's just really pretty. It's just overall really, really pretty. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye, which I kind of covered up. So I'm cutting that out. Alright, next we have the shade Espresso, and I'm using a liner brush from Jessup. And this is just going to be my eyeliner. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my upper outer area and my lower outer area with this color. And I really like using eyeshadow as eyeliner because it's not as harsh and it's easier to work with. And if you make a mistake, it's not as big of a deal as it could be, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I do really like using eyeshadow as liner. So then at this point, this is what we have. And it's really pretty. But we're going to go ahead and blend everything out a little bit more with this white shade and the Flower Beauty brush, the one that we use the cream shadow with. And I'm kind of winging it out a little bit with this brush, but mostly this just pulls everything together, in my opinion. It just pulls the look together. So, yeah. And then this is what we end up with so far before we put on the mascara, which you will see me put on the mascara here in a minute. But I do like how it looks. You can tell though that one eye is a little darker than the other, but that's okay. It's not that noticeable in person. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and apply the, oh right, my eyebrows. Duh. I just used the e.l.f. Eyebrow Duo. I used the powder side in the shade Medium to do my brows. I just kind of fill them in, make them a little bit darker than what they are. And sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. It didn't look super good this time, but you know, sometimes you win and sometimes you don't. Now I'm going to curl my lashes and get them ready for the mascara. The mascara that I'm using is the Voluminous Butterfly Mascara from L'Oreal. I have been loving this mascara. It was basically the only mascara I wore on my trip. I think I used the Pumped Up Colossal Mascara once. But yeah, this mascara is a favorite. And there is the finished look. And now I'm going to come back and talk to you some more about the rest of what's on my face. Alright guys, so if you want to know about the rest of my face makeup, I've been doing this lately because it gives me a better coverage and kind of speeds up my foundation application a little bit. I've been mixing the CoverGirl True Blend with, this is in light 1 by the way, the lightest shade, with the Glamouflage Concealer. This is also the lightest shade, and they actually match perfectly shade-wise, and I just mix them together, and that's what I do for my foundation. It's super easy, super quick. You don't need very much of this either. So then my mascara, I don't actually know if I showed it in the video, but it is the Voluminous Butterfly Mascara. For blush, I am using the matte blush palette, and for kind of like my contour, I know my blush doesn't look super good today, but for like my contour, I used the darkest shade in here, which is a little orangey for a contour, but I don't really care. And then for blush, I used this. Normally I use this one because it's a little more natural, but today for some reason I used this one, and I don't really like how that turned out. In person it looks fine, but on camera it doesn't. But then when I go and I watch it on my computer, it's gonna look fine again, so I don't know. And then lastly on my lips, I'm wearing, where is it? I'm wearing the Lorac Ultra Ego lipstick in the shade Duchess. It's probably my favorite lip shade from that line. My hair is still wet, so that's why it's kind of blah right now, because I just got out of the bathtub. So anyway, I love you guys very much. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and let me know what your guys' favorite palettes are to bring on trips with you. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys very, very much, and if you have not already, please subscribe, because I don't know, I like to think people like hanging out with me. I surely like hanging out with you guys, so just join the party. Alright, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!